I had a very, very interesting dream where it was the moon and it was Mars, and there was something with them because if you got sent to the Mars, if you got sent to Mars, it was like Mars had already gotten the ocean blown off of it by an attack, so and it made it difficult to live on Mars. And the moon was just an extension of the Earth. But there was these camps. I don't know how to describe it, but in my dream they were trying to send me to Mars, but I knew because I knew that there was ocean on it, so I somehow had some maps or something. It was very weird. It was something like you'd have to be in the dream to realize it, what was going on. I don't want nothing to do with Mars, number one. Number two, it just had pieces of uh, what I believe is the case in the dream. Now, put Zeph on, but from time to time, I like to show the Zeph show because it'll be playing something interesting that's relevant to most people. But, when it's somebody that's yelling at the top of their lungs, crazy shit, like he's yelling, it makes it so hard to listen to, because I like to listen softly in the background sometimes to certain things, and if they just start yelling and cussing out of the blue, you really recognize how crazy people are. You don't see me just yelling, screaming at the screen. And since he talks to America like it's the audience, it's like, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to hear your fucking yelling. Dude, we already know that they're fucking child traffic. We already know what our government is doing. We do what we can by raising awareness. I don't know any fucking child traffickers to fucking foil their plans. Personally, if I did, I would. You could bet that. But yelling at the fuck, he sounds like a fucking mental patient all the fucking time, and it's part of gang stalking. They have to fucking you recognize what you know about the person that's crazy, being crazy. I know that they do this to children. I know what he's talking about. But I don't want to hear it fucking yelled out in my fucking speaker box when it's next to my head, you fucking idiot. God, have some fucking sensitivity to your listener, you fucking moron. God, even I try to balance my shit right. You're supposed to be a musician. He's got this shit, and it just on and on and on. The only one that I can find to listen to that made sense, that I wait for to listen to, that I can go through the whole show, is the Scott Mandelker show. And he's basically showing you where your lower triad blockages are in your chakras are to be unplugged, unblocked, and will access your third eye chakra power station, which is all our abilities and powers that we all thought we would grow into or evolve or whatever the fuck you want to say. You have them because your third eye builds your etheric body, and it basically creates your form for you and all the other forms in this fucking stupid ass reality that we live in. It's temporarily Maya. So I just want to point that out. We may be going to the store today, and that's good because we need to get some stuff. But right now, I'm still barely awake. I just wanted to put that out there because you shouldn't have to have people yelling in your fucking ear a message that you know. That's why you have to be careful when you're doing these videos and you're doing it to be a service to yourself, to help vent out some of this shit. Don't vent all your trash and fucking toxic water onto your audience. Don't do that. I don't care how old you are. Grow the fuck up. Quit fucking acting like a psychopath. You know, I'll never understand fucking psychos. Not real psychos. Ones that 1 minute have empathy and can understand other people. The next minute they're yelling and screaming about something that has nothing to do with anything that has to do with you. I just don't appreciate that. Anyway, have a good day. I just wanted to say good morning and get my dream out there before I forgot what the fuck.
So today is Wednesday again, February 8th, 2023. And as you see, first of all, let me just say, while I have not had troubles verifying my empty identity on Google for sign-in to YouTube Studio to post my videos on my talks on YouTube channel. Please bookmark if you want to just make sure that you really have backup sources for the talks, my talks, these continuing talks, and the whole library of 1,000 talks. Please consider or look at the list of resources below this video or in the description text box. There are two other websites, twsmandelker.com and scottmandelker.ca. Both of them are updated regularly in their mirror sites and are not a travail for sign-in or identity verification. So
Scott's had some real problems getting into his YouTube. And with the world the way it is, he got real close to just saying fuck it, like the rest of us.
Last longer than YouTube or my presence on YouTube, perhaps. So that's just important if you want to have a backup. Today, as you see, the title that I'm working from is Morals, Power, and Selfhood. It's a little bit of a play on it's Albert Pike's classic Freemason book, Morals and Dogma. And this is not about dogma, but it is about morals and morality, but particularly morality, power, and the sense of self, how access to intelligent energy, sixth chakra, true spiritual power or divine will, power, universal power that we may access and use however. It depends very much on conditions in the lower chakras, the lower triad, particularly the sense of self. Where there's a damaged sense of self, there'll be confused morality and a limited power. That's the point. So morals, power, and selfhood is not about dogma. It's a discussion of seven chakra theory, or my understanding of seven chakra theory, particularly related to the qualities of consciousness or aspects of consciousness associated with each of the seven chakras, as relates to particularly what I've been observing. You've got a hell of a lot of people that don't know they're being lied to. You've got a hell of a lot of people that are following deceptive service to self leadership, trusting evil, not seeing, the three monkeys with their hands over their eyes, ears, and mouth. Uh, See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, know KNOW, knowing no morality, truly, actually. There are a lot of people that trust those that are they shouldn't trust, and follow those they shouldn't follow for their own long-term welfare and benefit, and don't know what's good for them. Forgive them, Father, they know what they do. Many souls, half the population or more, hasn't, quote, woken up, doesn't see what's happening in the world today. Now, I only see it to some degree, so do you, but we see certain, polarity. We see, real tribulation, and we can see it as end times, and we can identify negativity, so-called evil. Why? Because of the seven chakra condition. How? Well, particularly, where the lower triad is heavily blocked, thus the upper is non-activated and undeveloped. And I will talk, therefore, about comments on, here's the text that I'm working from, comments on collective moral non-orientation and folly in the context of the consciousness aspects of the 246 chakra line. The importance of the 246 chakra line. Not that it's more important than the 1357 line, but in terms of access to power, moral clarity, and the quality of self-understanding, self-acceptance, selfhood, even if self is empty and illusory, separative, eternal identity is a dream, of course, including I am. Yes, thank you for that link, and I'll reply to you later. It was excellent stuff. I appreciate that. Somebody sent me a link, very, very fine understanding of higher levels of Buddhist teaching on anatta, in relation to Advaita Vedanta teachings, so-called I am, and the sense of presence or background awareness as a selfhood. The whole selfhood thing falls away, all right, in Satchit. Of course, I understand that. But I wouldn't, for you who understand what I'm talking about, I wouldn't consider Nityananda below anyone. So there's a difference between Nisargadatta and Nityananda, I actually believe. And I believe Nisargadatta said something like, there's not a day goes by when I don't think of him, Nityananda. And that's a whole nother matter. But coming back, conditions of consciousness associated with the seven chakras, that's what the seven chakras are all about. There's seven energy vortices regarding pranic flow and activity in the seven-dimensional, seven energy fields of the octavic sense of self, or octave beingness. Okay, the development of those centers is the development of consciousness. The development of the lower is required for development of the higher. Where there's significant lower triad blockage, chakras 1, 2, 3, not only does a person have a damaged or confused, distorted sense of self, but their morality is funky, or they really just don't understand morality, and their access to power is severely limited. Their sixth chakra light is dim, and they are, useful idiots or easy